All right, that was this new song by Esses, Little Mouse, which will be featured on their new album. Here to talk to us about the new album and their histories as musicians and how they've been doing in the pandemic is the band themselves, Esses. Hello and welcome to New Music Mondays.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. Welcome to the Esses Palooza episode. Because we're releasing a new song. After this interview, we're going to watch the new video for Glorious Poison, which was a song that came out on your Offering EP from the summer of 2018. It's a 6-song album. Is that an EP or an LP?
It's kind of an EP, but it's a long EP.
A long EP, okay. An LEP.
Right, MLT, mini LP.
So I'm gonna go around and introduce you to our viewers. Up on your upper left, we have the bassist for Esses, Scott Light.
Hello. You can call me Scout.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I actually meant to say Scout. Scott.
You can call me whatever you want, so that's fine.
And down below Scout is Scott Brown, guitarist.
Hello, hello.
To the right of Scott is Don Hillis, also on guitar. And then down at the bottom, last but not least, is Kevin and Kelly Brown. Kevin's the drummer and Kelly is the vocalist. So great to have you here. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You're working on a new album. I am interested to hear how that's been going. It's really challenging times right now, obviously, and you've got a lot of people in your band, which has got to add to the challenge. How have you been making this work, writing songs, recording in the middle of, obviously an awful pandemic? And then specifically in Oakland, we've been dealing with a long overdue reckoning on, with racial injustice and inequality. Demonstrations, some of the biggest demonstrations in the world have been happening right here in Oakland. And then this week, we are facing head-on the, results of runaway climate change and all of its horribleness. How does a band of 5 people make a full-length record with all of that kind of stuff going on? And who wants to tackle that one?
Yeah. I mean, I guess we've been sheltered pretty hard, The band hasn't gotten together since the beginning of this shelter in place. So luckily we had gone into the studio before and we had laid down recordings for, I think, 8 songs. That we've been working on for the past year. So before all this, we had plans of, wrapping it up and recording and, shopping the record out. And so since this shelter in place, I mean, we haven't gathered as a band for how many months? 6 months?
Almost 6 now, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a challenge.
Yeah, we're working on some, Scott's mixing it all. Of course, we recorded with Scott. And Don's been writing some new tracks that we're all gonna add stuff to and finish up, hope to get at least 10 songs on the album. And just keep waiting it out and, wait till we could all get together. And, some of these new songs Don's been writing, I can't wait to really get together as a band and play. It's gonna be great. And that'll put the icing on the cake for the album, I think.
And to clarify, Don's writing the whole song, so we're actually really excited about that. So, thank you, Don, for your creativity during this.
Well, I need something to keep myself busy. I haven't been working for 6 months because I manage a movie theater, so who knows what'll happen with movie theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had actually recorded 8 of the 10 songs, mostly last year. They were like 90% finished, just, final things like some vocal overdubs and a couple things like that. So yeah, once this pandemic started, we haven't got together at all. And we're actually in my studio. I mean, I feel safe with having one person come in at a time to record. So we're hoping to wrap it up that way. And yeah, and then incorporate some of these new songs that Don has been writing during this time. But yeah, it's basically, it's been in process for well over a year. We've done a few different recording sessions, and some date back to the beginning of last year, I believe, or spring, something like that. It's been a while, and now with five plus months of just sitting, doing nothing besides, you know, trying to work on mixes and stuff. But yeah, hopefully it'll come together soon, and hopefully we can have something out this year. I would hope, but that's hoping.
Yeah.
So Dawn, is being it seems like the primary songwriter, something that you did on No Light in This Fire from 2016 and Offering from 2018, or is this?
No,
Yeah.
Everything's always been real collaborative, but I just had time and been, I guess, kind of working on music most days is what kind of keeps me happy during all of this. So I've just been, I have a iPad and an iRig and GarageBand, and just started writing stuff and then sending it to them, and then Kel will add vocals to whichever songs we decide to use. And yeah, it's
Right.
I don't know, I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, they're great songs.
Go ahead. I was just going to ask Kelly, how much has the kind of social justice movement and the pandemic and stuff like that been influencing the themes of your lyrics for this new record?
Well, it's a difficult time. I think also just sometimes for me to be creative, because I get so wrapped up in everything that's happening that I kind of fall back inside of myself. So when I actually go to sit down, I feel like that's when all of those emotions kind of come to the surface. And I mean, all of the lyrics that I write are really, really personal and have a lot to do with what's going on in my own mind, as well as things in the outside world. But I try to kind of weave them into a story. So it's not super clear if is this what she's thinking? Is this what's going on in the world? I want to create kind of an interwoven story. So that being said, with everything that's been going on, I've been writing a lot of poetry that I hope to bring into the lyrics. There's a lot of editing that needs to happen, but I've definitely been thinking about everything that's been going on and trying to be really thoughtful about what the lyrics to the new album will be.
Cool. So one of the remarkable things about your band, besides your awesome t-shirts, is that you're such a confluence of talent. Like each one of you are, so there's a show, I think in 2017 at the Uptown, where I think that it was mixed really, really well, and I could hear each of you individually, and it was so fun to just go from band member to band member and concentrate on what each of you were playing, because you were all so good individually, of course, cohesively as a band as well. So I think that it would be interesting to kind of go around the table here and talk about your histories of as musicians, the other bands that you've been in, other people that you've played with. I know you've been in other bands together as well, a few of you. Maybe we could start with Scout.
Yeah, actually, Esses is the most professional or well put together band I've ever been in. Majority of my bands have been pretty punk rock and kind of winging it. So it's been such a pleasure to perform with you know, Esses as a group and just kind of have that maturity in their writing and in their professionalism. So I've really appreciated it. But yeah, before Esses, it was pretty punk, crust punk stuff. So.
Yeah, yeah. You know, something funny is that I've been having this conversation a lot with people in post-punk bands that have members that came from more hardcore backgrounds, and it just really seems like they make perfect post-punk musicians.
Yeah.
You know? And there's even whole bands. There's that band Ceremony, right? That used to be kind of more of a thrash band or a hardcore band that I think it was in like 2016 or 17 came out with this like brilliant post-punk record. Anyway, Scott Brown, let's talk about you. What are some of the other bands that you've been in?
Well, currently I play bass in Alter de Fe and play in Jeweled Snakes, doing electronic weirdness party music. So that's all been currently what I've been doing. And then Kevin and Kelly and myself were in a band called Black Ice before, which even Don had a short while in that band too. But yeah, before that, the Phantom Limbs, I played bass and some keyboards in that band, and I don't know, the list goes on, but those are the bigger, well-known bands, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. And Phantom Limbs still kind of gets together every once in a while too.
We did 3 years ago, or wow, 3 years ago. Already it's been
the Spatula Hawk show was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That was at least 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've lost track of time with this
Yeah,
year.
time is no longer relevant. So
yeah.
This wasted year, and then actually I look at old flyers, and they say things like 2017. I'm like, wait a minute, how did that happen? Like I thought that just happened, and it's already old news.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got together and played like 3 shows, and the Spatula Hawk show was our fake name for playing at Church of the Buzzard to keep it a little more undercover.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Dawn, what about you? Besides your stint in Black Ice, who else have you played with?
I was in the Holy Kiss for the first 6 years of the band.
Okay.
Overlapped with Allie from Boot Blacks for a while.
Yeah.
And then Panther took my place. And then I was in Red Voice Choir with Kevin and Kel and Adam from Houses of Heaven.
Oh,
And then also Chambers was the band that I was in. And then I was, for a while, I was also in a hardcore band just last year called Clueless. That was really fun.
cool.
And I played bass in all those bands, not guitar. So.
Oh, okay. So was bass like your primary instrument until Esses?
Pretty much. I mean, when I was a little kid, I played guitar, but as far as bands go, I was primarily a bass player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dawn did the opposite of everyone else. She went from post-punk to punk. So,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, and Scott, I kind of know you more as a bass player. Now you're playing guitar in Esses, so you and Dawn kind of switched places there too.
yeah. Mostly I play bass. In Black Ice, I did a bunch of guitar as well.
Mm-hmm. Kelly and Kevin, who else have you played with? Black Ice, obviously.
Yeah, well, we were in Black Ice with Scott and then Don for a few shows too for years. Then we went on to Red Voice Choir with Don as well. I'm still currently in Jackal Fleece, like 2-piece thrasher band that I'm just keeping up the crazy beats on that, loving it. And yeah, pretty much it's been, Black Ice, Red Voice Choir, Jackal Fleece. And
we also were, when we lived in Los Angeles in the late 90s, we were in this kind of, I don't know, weird industrial apartment music that we were making called Sister Mary Shoelace, which there's only maybe, I don't know, 20 or 30 CDs floating around out there in the world.
Back in the day. But yeah, we seem to be in every band together, and here we are together again.
Yeah.
Every day.
And three of your family. I mean, you could almost be in one of those like 70s family bands.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's our plan for when we get really old.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
I'll
just
grow the mustache again and get the hair long. It'll be great.
And what do you mean?
totally.
Yeah, I want
70s family bands.
I want Sunshine Pop and everybody singing harmonies. And what would your band name be, though?
The Brown Explosion.
Brown
Oh my
Explosion. Oh man, that's yeah.
It won't be called that. I promise you. I promise you.
Brown Delights. Oh yeah.
Zip it, Kevin.
We should clarify Kevin's last name is Brown. So
Yeah.
Three Browns in the band.
Yeah.
This is the point where Kevin stands up and does the bird behind Kelly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, Kevin was banned from doing his bird dances behind the drums in S's.
Well, sometimes you feel it.
Well, maybe you should join Spatula Hawk then. I don't know.
Sure, I could do that.
So when the shelter in place stuff is all over, what is a city and or venue that you would love to play at, revisit if you've played there before, or play there for the first time?
I'd love to go back to the return to the Batcave Fest we played last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you did that as well, right, Davey?
I didn't play it, but I went to it in 2016.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. I mean, the whole Europe tour last year was amazing, and we're so happy and lucky to have got that in before all this happened. And that was a really fun show. Scout and I were there till 5:30 in the morning dancing, and
that's easy to do there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Thomas that runs it is a lovely guy, and his whole crew is amazing. And that venue is so great with all the different rooms and stuff. Just really great time. And he always tries to get at least one or two bands from the West Coast. When I was there, it was All Your Sisters and Readership Hostile. Just amazing. Great.
Yes,
Great.
Speaking of Tomas, he is going to release the new Esses on compact disc. You may have heard of this format. But we are trying to shop the record around to other labels for a vinyl release and hopefully domestic. But Tomas is such a great guy. He's been helping so many bands with putting their music out and keeping this festival going, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tomas from Poland.
Yeah. Scout, what about you? What have been some of your favorite cities to visit and venues, and where would you like to go back to?
I mean, Kevin is right with the Europe tour, just how special it was as a group to go on that. And anytime that we go on tour, it's been such a blast, and just to frolic around with Kevin and Scott and and Don and Kel, and it's just such a joyous event. I actually look forward to let's keep it in the Batcave family, and Batcave SF is actually one of my favorite shows here in the city. And when we played Batcave SF, it was so fun, and just the energy. And I think, Cal, you mentioned that it reminded you from, shows back in the day when we would just play with friends and that kind of energy. And it's just so special. So as everything is shutting down and some places are closing permanently, we really need to support these local artists and events like Batcave SF, and Goths Against Racism is coming up on September 12th, I believe. So I hope everyone who's watching this interview also goes and checks that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. This will air actually the Monday after. That's coming this Saturday, but I hope that everybody's watching definitely tuned in and had fun.
Well, it was great. We all enjoyed it. So.
Dawn, I've got a question for you. What is your favorite Esses song to play on?
To play live,
Sure.
I guess. um, I'm drawing a blank. I think I've forgotten all of our songs since we haven't.
I actually don't know the names of the
So
songs.
I like White Silence. That's a fun one to play.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I understand though. My band also has 5 members, and we haven't been able to get together for 5 months, 6 months, something like that. So, yeah, it seems like a distant memory. Our songs, we're literally gonna have to relearn our songs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So true.
Well, we're about out of time. Tell us a little bit about the video that we're about to watch. It's sort of a live, almost has kind of a live feel to it, right?
yeah. I really enjoyed the way that Michael put this video together. I think he really did an amazing job of capturing the energy of when we're playing live, which I think is hard to translate in a recording or even in kind of a staged video.
Yeah, I agree, except that I noticed that the video Pierce the Feeling does that really well.
Yeah.
That was a fun video to make.
It was.
We love that. Bailey did a great job with that. And with this new one, Michael came on tour with us to Europe
Yeah.
and really helped out a lot, you know, and it was so fun to have around. And he got all sorts of footage at every show and really had a fun time doing it.
Cool.
So he whipped up this out of, you know, spliced different shows together. And we were just really happy, you know, with what he came up with. It's really
We're happy
exciting.
to have something to put out.
Yeah.
Without gathering, it's been a struggle as a band. So this music video is actually, we're so grateful for Michael, you know, and the work that he did on this video. And you know, Kel has been working on, and Kevin have been working on other video ideas. So we look forward to producing, you know, more content here in the coming months. But it's been hard as a band to not be able to get together.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But the fact that you've gotten this far on your new record and that you're still releasing things is a remarkable achievement, you know? So definitely give yourself credit for that, because there's a lot of bands that are just in a holding pattern right now, you know, until whenever. We'll see.
Yeah.
So,
Don't hold your breath.
So,
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
No, do hold your breath.
Right.
Yeah. Might be healthier now.
Yeah.
Wear a mask and hold your breath.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, Esses. It was a pleasure to see your faces again after so long, and really looking forward to your new album.
Thank you.
Thanks, Davey.
It's awesome to see you.
All right.
Be safe.
Yeah,
Thank
you too.
Davey. Thanks for doing this show too.
Everything.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. That was Esses from Oakland, and now we're going to watch their new video for a song that came out in the summer of 2018, Glorious Poison, on their LEP offering. You're watching New Music Mondays. I'm Davey Bones. Hi everyone, hope you liked that video. If so, please like and subscribe to receive notifications when we upload more content. New Music Mondays is a live stream show every Monday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on twitch.tv/DaveyBonesOakland. It features myself and a weekly guest DJ spinning new releases in the world of dark music, post-punk, goth, dark wave, as well as interviews with the people that make the music happen. So it's a lot of fun. Make sure to join us live. Again, that's every Monday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., or actually about 9:30 Pacific time. The audio will always be uploaded the next day to my Mixcloud page, mixcloud.com/DaveyBonesOakland. And thanks for watching the video on YouTube. The interviews will all be uploaded to the YouTube channel, as well as an occasional kind of behind the scenes video as well. All right. Thanks again.